So we're gonna hit Durham Region today. We're gonna hit Dagmar actually, and see what it's got to offer. I'm liking the look of things there and excited to give it a try. Thanks to Dan at Ontario Bike Trails for the information that he's provided in his book. It's invaluable for scoping out some of the stuff that we've got in this province to poke around and have some fun at. And without that as a resource, I'd be going in blind for stuff as simple as, you know, the unusual parking situation at Dagmar. That was a big help. So shout out to you. And guys and gals, if you haven't checked it out, check out his stuff. There's a lot of great information there. And let's go check out the trails. It's a double black. There's some really tech stuff. This one is really cool. I have to say, coming from a tech riding kind of background, I love the rock features here at the start, and this is a really great trail. Dagmar, I'm impressed. So far, I've come into Skin and Bones here after coming in and going through Gutter Run, but Skin and Bones is really cool. So much so that I really don't have a choice but to find some cool features, but not totally sure what I want to take next for lines. So right into it, we got a really cool little rock to roll over here that's got a lot of pop on the front side, and it's better than a 45 degree or a 45, depending on what line you take. If you take the inside line here, you're going to be a little bit smoother, but it's got some real kick to it if you take the other line. And it is one where you've got that potential of bottom bracket strikes and pedal strikes, but it looks like they've carved that down nicely to minimize the damage to your bike. And as soon as you come out of this, we got a great little rock garden to the right with just enough sort of bounce to make it fun off either of the sides, and a nice little pathway carved into the middle of it if you're not feeling too adventurous but want to have a little bit of fun. So both really cool lines through that one. And if you choose to go off to the other side, you can bypass or hit this little log ride, which is really cool. Next in the trail, we've got this fantastic little rock bridge. There's a lot of really cool stuff going on here. I see another one off in the distance there. This is going to be a really fun ride. I'm looking forward to this one. Dagmar has not disappointed so far. This next section of the trail is absolutely amazing. The banks are really good, although the dirt was a little bit loose. Wow, friends, I have to say, Dagmar does not disappoint. If anything else is even remotely close to Skin and Bones, this is really cool. This trail is very high on my list of Ontario favorites already. So you can't see it, I'm sure, on this camera, but as far as you can see up in there, this is just a really swooping little banked, flowing downhill that goes with incredible speed. It's got some really great banks built up and then comes sort of to a bit of a culmination. I'm guessing I'm probably only about maybe halfway down. But in the middle here, we've got already some great lines for the jumpers, for the brave-hearted, and for the nuts. There's a little bit of everything here. This one, downhill drop into sandy, which kind of out of my familiar territory. This drop is going to go down, I'm going to put this around 15 feet, maybe 20 feet, but it does it in 12 feet. I'm going to say 15 feet in 12. This is a big steep drop, and they've got a couple of other options to go around here. One is nicely rocked out. You can see from the tread patterns on the rock that most of the back tires that go across this are locked up. Not surprisingly, and clearly this is the best line as you come through here. This one's going to swoop down and it's going to take you through a really nice kind of flowy feel. You can see here that the apex of this turn is carefully laid out, into that bank and hopefully going to throw you away from that tree, whereas the bypass to the left is going to kind of aim you at it, but you're going to be going slower obviously if that's the case. So you're going to split down to the right around that tree and then hop back up on the bottom into another berm and continue going down. This is really a cool little space here. You can see where a couple of people have kind of tried to do different things with lines and where there's some water washout that they might have followed, but I'm liking this so far. This is a great little run. So as I come down to the bottom here, you can see just how steep this is. This is, I don't have words for how steep this is. This is really steep. We've got some steep stuff where I come from. This not only parallels that, it actually goes beyond it in a couple of different ways, mostly in the length, how long it runs. So I'm picking up my camera from directly below it here because it's that steep. And even that, I didn't feel like I was able to get the angle that I was hoping for on that one. I don't think it's possible. And yeah, my shoes just want to slide on this silty sand. This stuff is really fine. Up. Never gone from that easy to that hard in 3 steps. This is my first time riding this type of trail. It's kind of a hybrid, I'm going to call it, between Southern Ontario and Northern Ontario, with a lot of really fun features, a lot of really fun trail characteristics combined. What? That is really cool. So there are 3 options here, and this is the stuff that's going to make it a double black, I think, guys. Yeah, the tech is a little bit tricky for the region. It's still not crazy or anything by any means, but you can have some fun on it. These hills, like we saw at Durham Forest, the hills really are a big part of the coloring here as a part of that consideration. So there's 3 choices here, hard and hard, or hard and hard, but I think really the big thing is, was that 4? That this is crazy no matter how you do it. I love it. This is a 20-foot drop that goes 8 feet out. I can guarantee you the GoPro effect will make this look like just a little dent in the ground, but this is a significant little hill. And at speed, this would be absolutely incredible. So I'm gonna hit this and carry on my way. This is maybe about 2/3 of the way down. Skin and bones, you are, wow, I'm making a trip back just for this one trail. Love it. The camera really does not do this last little bit justice. This hill is steep. It's a sharp decline followed by a very sharp incline, and it's fast, it's loose, it's very characteristic of the rest of the ground through here. But it is a lot of fun, and I just love that, you know, there's this last little bit of banked flow coming through the end of it. It's just generally a super trail. So Dagmar, that was a great ride. I enjoyed that place. I will go back there again when I'm in the area. Skin and Bones was absolutely amazing, but overall the trail conditions are fantastic there. They're really well looked after. DMBA, you guys do an amazing job there. Folks, I hope you support, reach out, donate, and support those guys as much as you can. Trail work is really hard work, and we really need to support our associations and look after them the way that they look after our trails. I am so impressed, and I will be back, and I hope that you enjoyed the trail review there. And in the meantime, ride safe, and don't be afraid to fail as you get out and hit some of this stuff. Thanks everybody for joining me on the journey today. If you have a trail in Ontario you'd like to see highlighted on the channel, please comment below. And if you like this content, take a moment to like this content and maybe even subscribe. Remember, try to accomplish something new every time you ride, and never let your fears set your limits. I was encouraged by a couple of guys there that were having some trouble on Skin and Bones but kept going back and sessioning through it. It's the right attitude to have. Just keep trying it, even if you can't get it. It's important to remember you have to look at these things from the point of view of when we were a child. We didn't fall down and just accept the fact that we couldn't walk. We kept pushing until we got it, because we realized it was something that we really wanted to do and it was worth that investment. So keep trying, keep sessioning, keep learning, and enjoy the ride.